Imagination video, and we are going to be using the Imagine Cartridge Buccaneer. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is actually use some of the stock images here in order to make a couple of background papers. Now I don't need a whole sheet, so I'm going to use my square, which is here. I'm going to put my edit pencil on and I'm going to set this to 6 inches, so, like so, and then I want this paper here which says heave ho and all of that kind of thing, so we're going to apply that. Now I happen to know that that is the only piece, because I've got several pieces to do, that will fit on this sheet, so we're going to print and cut that one straight away and then we'll come back and do the next bit. Okay, so it's printed out that piece and you can see it's a really nice print, a really nice pattern, so we're going to move on to the next piece. The next thing we want to do is another piece of paper exactly the same size, so rather than fiddling around we're just going to hit this one here, hit the edit pencil. We know it's the right size already, so then we're just going to hit the pattern I want, which is this navy stripe, which changes the pattern, hit apply, and then go off and print and cut. That's that one printed out, and you can see it's got some real detailed thing, like real old parchment stains and stuff on it. Really nice cartridge. Okay, so now to the next bit. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is still another piece of paper, but this is our last one, and I want this one slightly smaller for reasons which will be revealed later. So I'm going to take this down to 5.5, and then I want this nice parchment paper here, so then I'm going to hit apply, and then I'm going to print and cut this piece. Okay, and that's the parchment, and we just got it in. I thought I'd use a scrap because it was slightly smaller and I was hopeful, and we just managed it, so that's good. Okay, so on to the next case. So the next thing I want to do is the actual images that are going on the front of my card. Okay, so the first one I want is this little pirate here, who happens to be the first one on the cartridge, so I'm going to hit my edit pencil, and then when that comes up I'm going to make that down to 4.7 and apply. The next thing I want is this little banner, which I think is quite a way up. There's some great images on this cartridge. Okay, and we've got that coming up now, I think. There it is, so we want this one here, and I want that at 2.5. I'm just hoping this will work when it all comes together. Press apply. I want is my little pirate flag, which was back this way because I saw it on the way up. Whoops, there it is. Again, edit pencil, and I want this one at 2 inches. There we go, and apply. This little parrot, which I think is this way. There he is, very cute, look. And again, edit pencil, and I want him at 2 inches as well. Hit next, and that should pop those all on my virtual mat. Okay, so there they all are. So now I'm going to hit print and cut and go from there. Okay, so here are all the pieces cut out, and our pirates come out really nice and really a lovely cut for my sentiment. And I'm going to be using this collection from Pink by Design, which is called Pirate Life, and there's loads of different piratey sentiments on there, so we'll use that. So I'll put that to one side for the moment and we'll start putting our card together. Okay, so I've got this lovely red card which is 6 by 6 and a nice red envelope to go with it, and I thought I would use the red because I thought that drew all of this together with the navy blue and then our pirate that's got the red in it, so that's why we've got that. So the first thing that I want to do is put the inside in. Okay, so what we're going to put in the inside of this red card is our piece of parchment, which, because it was put into a square, I just had to nip around with my scissors and just cut out the little white pieces, that on the inside. And then we're going to stamp a sentiment on there in due course. And then I've taken these two pieces of cardstock that we printed and cut, and I should have done it slightly smaller because I forgot that the card is, because it's a pre-scored 6x6 card, it actually is very marginally smaller than 6x6 because it's actually the envelope that's 6x6. So it's just a little bit smaller in order to go in the envelope. So I actually have now cut these down to 5 3/4 square. So we've got those two, and what I want to do now is cut this piece in half so that I can layer these two together. Okay, so we'll just literally cut down the centre here roughly, just what I think I need. I'm just trying to decide which side's the best piece because I want it at the bottom of my card so that you can read. And they're all going different directions, but you know, you can choose which one looks the best for what you want. And I think that I want this bit here. Okay, so we're going to cut a chunk off that, and I think I've got about 2.5 inches of the top here. I might go for 3 actually. Yes, that's better. Okay, so this piece can go to one side because we don't need that. Okay. So then what I need to do is stick these two down together, like so. So just take this. This piece is going to go on the front of my card here, and by cutting it that little bit smaller, we're getting just a slight red margin around it. And then I want to get my piece of ribbon to put across the front as well. So I've got a piece of yellow ribbon because I think that, again, that brings in another colour, and the red, blue, yellow, all of that is quite piratey. So we've got our piece of ribbon here. It's just a piece of yellow grosgrain. So before we stick that down, we're just going to stick our ribbon down. So I'm just going to put a bit of the glue runner on the ends of this, like so. Place that across the line. I just want it across that line. That's quite long. Probably did that a little bit long, but not to worry. Okay, so we just place that across like so. And then we're going to stick this down. I want my card opening at the bottom, so just make sure, no I don't, I want my card opening at the side, so just make sure it's the right way round, and then pop that in place, and that's got the lovely little red border showing as well, like so. Okay, now I've got another little piece here ready to do my bow, but I don't want to do that quite yet. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is stamp on my little banner here. So I've got this, as I said, this stamp set from my Pink by Design, and I'm going to do It's Your Birthday down here because I'm going to do it as a birthday card. And I've got this lovely blue Versamark chalk ink called Night Sky, which I think is going to be really nice for that. What I'm going to do when I put this on is I'm going to very slightly bend my acrylic stamp and stick it down, so that we have a very slight curve in it, so that when I stamp onto here it will sort of curve with the banner. So I'm just going to ink up. And then make sure it's in the right place and rock. And there we go. Okay, so next I want to just pop this down here, and I want that on flat, so I'm just going to use my glue runner here over like so. Like that. There we go. Next I want to put on my pirate, so I want my pirate on 3D foam, so I'm just going to pop him with, I've got some foam tape here which I think is probably about 2mm thick, so we'll just put some 3D foam on him. Okay, so I've put the foam tape on the back of my pirate and my little parrot, and we're just going to pop these two down. My little parrot's going to go like that, so I just need to make sure that I put my pirate in the right place. Down just about here, like so. and then the parrot's just going to go on his shoulder like so. Okay, so we don't need our other piece of ribbon to tie on our ribbon background here, so we'll put that to one side and put it back in our box. And then what I just want to do on the inside is put my little pirate flag in, so, and then another stamped sentiment just here. And again, I've just curved my sentiment just to give it that kind of look. And there's that done. Okay, so that's the inside of my card, and there's the outside of my card. Decide to add some glossy accents to the parrot and my pirate, and that's just given it a bit of pop, but I've managed to keep the texture on the card, so I'm really pleased about that, and I think that's just given it a little bit more to the actual image and make the pirate stand out a little bit more. So hope you like, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye. Okay, and this is another card that I made using the Buccaneer cartridge, and I used also the paper doll dress up. So I've basically printed out 2 squares of paper at 5.6 I think it was, and I've put those together and put a piece of ribbon across. I've put together my little pirate out of, there's 2 little pirates, there's a girl pirate and a boy pirate, and I've used elements from both on the paper doll dress up cartridge. This was printed from the Buccaneer cartridge. Obviously my little boy pirate, I've used the Buccaneer cartridge to colour in all his elements so they all match in. For the little buckles and my hook and cutlass, we have used silver and gold mirror board. Now all I did for that is I managed to arrange it on my page so that the last piece of paper was on there, so I put a piece of white by 6 by 6 on the mat. This is going through the Imagine, so that was cutting and printing, and then the cutlass and the hook and the little buckles, well it was the whole shoes, I put my small piece of silver mirror and a small piece of gold mirror, and I just left them completely unfilled so that it would just do cutting, and that all went through the Imagine just perfectly fine. Okay, so that's what we did on there. And then on the inside I just cut out the parchment which comes with the cross part cut out, obviously X marks the spot, and here and here I've used Pink by Design pirate stamps. Okay, so I hope you like this one as well.